I was working part-time as a screen printer. That was my day job. I was printing Rapture Ruckus t-shirts, and it always felt really like we were playing, we're playing to 20 people, and then to 50 people, and then 15 people, and then maybe there'd be some event we get to play where there'd be like 200, and we'd be, to be having t-shirts, and we'd sell them. And we had before we had released our CD, we were just giving out or selling like bootleg versions that we'd burnt. And I remember that gig was the first time I had looked out, and all of a sudden I noticed I could see all these people dotted throughout the audience wearing the t-shirts.
Yeah.
It was the first time I'd seen that, and I was like, oh crap. And then I realized, oh, they're singing the songs. It's like they remembered them, or they've been listening to it. It just never dawned on me that that would be a thing. That that was the first time in my whole life where I was like, I can do this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can do this.
Yeah.
I had never had that feeling with anything before. Like I could be good at something, and I was like, oh, I'm doing this. Yeah.
It's actually something to, I think, just pause on for a minute, because you had written your songs, you'd recorded them, and then you had the element, which is all around you, behind you. It's your art, or because I remember your t-shirts. Now that you say it, I'm like, of course, hardly anyone had t-shirts. But you had t-shirts all over, and then you see all these people walking around the festival, and the Ruckus t-shirt was the one that you saw the most. I was like, oh, what a genius. You're already a marketer back then, before you knew you were a marketer, And then, but wanted to pause on that, because until you put yourself out there, this is for every songwriter, and unless you put yourself out there, because you had to get up on that stage, you had to do all those small gigs for 20 people, 10 people, you get paid $5 in a meat pie, and then, but you put yourself out there, because music, songwriting and music, you expose your soul. You're like, that's what it is in the end. And you're vulnerable, and people can mock you or whatever, but you have to be courageous enough. And that's, you pushed over that. And that's a massive thing. Because of that, then you went, you discovered, I can do this. But until you are courageous, you don't. You'll always you won't back yourself, and so that's a real key principle that I've seen you live out. So thanks for being courageous.
There's something like it's like that you love doing it when you're just writing the music, and you're just with your friend or your friends making it and recording it, and it's like, I love this part of it. And then there's this anxious part of like, we're going to have to get up, and we're going to have to show people, you know what I mean? Which is and I guess lucky for us, we managed to muster I don't know if it's, the courage to just be like, screw it, do it. Like, if we're going to do it, we're going all in, we're going to go, we were determined to not look like chumps. I think maybe that's what it was. Yeah. We were like, if we're doing it, we're doing it. And then once you do it and you've done it, you kind of go, oh, I did that. I can do that.
Yeah.
Because I've just done it.
Yeah.